All right, peace and love, fam. Peace and love. This Mario L. Bay. I got something to tell y'all, fam. I've been going back and forth with this Lord Yabba Dabba Doo, aka Lord Jibba Jabba guy. I normally don't, go back and forth with guys like this, but I mean, this guy, constantly talking, constantly saying this, constantly saying that, and I know for a fact this dude is an agent. I know for a fact he's an agent. You hear me? All right. So what I want to do is. I want to basically break a few things down on how it all started. All right. It all started. Hold on for a second. All right. Check this out. Check this out, fam. It all started a few days ago. I was on a brother named Brother Ben X, a brother with the Nation of Islam. I like his videos. I view him sometime or whatever. And what caught my eye, it was a particular video. It was entitled, "What's the difference between the Nation of Islam and the Moors?" Right? So I said, let me look at this video. So the video has a brother from the Nation of Islam basically, in his own opinion, breaking down, I guess, in his, perspective of what Moors are or how they do things, whatever. So I just basically, went in, I watched the video. It's not a long clip, but I'm going to let y'all see it, all right? And then I'll get back to this.
You had mentioned earlier the Moors or the MSTA earlier.
What about the Moors?
And as far as movements in the black community, in my opinion, outside the nation, that's one of the larger ones as well, where you hear more about Moor Science Temple of America as opposed to Hebrew Israelites, or at least I have. From what you know, what are the differences between the two? And if the two ever decide to join, what would be the potential benefits of that?
What are the differences between the MSTA and the Nation of Islam? Both, I believe, are for black people.
Okay.
That's not a difference, but it's their approach towards uplifting black people.
Right.
The MSTA, from my understanding, and I can wrong because I'm not a member of the MSTA, just from people I know who are in the organization and what I've read, is about taking a legal approach, legal in the sense of man-made, international, and national law, to achieving their freedom and independence as one of the methods, one of the key methods, right? The nation isn't about doing that. It's not about, okay, let's find out if we can be a nation, if they're going to let us be a nation. The Nation of Islam is more so like, God said we're a nation. So we don't need them to tell us whether we are or not, because based on their laws, we'll never be nothing.
Right.
So that's the nation's view of that. But their view of it is, well, if we're going to set up as a nation and receive the type of benefits and rights of the nation, which is why they usually ask you what your status is. It's one of the things. Are you, what did you claim your nationality?
Right.
What are you? You just can't say you're black. What nation are you a member of? What nation are you a part of, on this earth, so that you can be treated within the laws of the land.
Right. Which
has its point and it's in its place. But to say, back over here with the nation, that the nation is wrong because they're not waiting for them to tell them that they're a nation, that's insane.
Right.
Especially, you got to think about the mindset of the people in the nation. God set that up. So if God set up and they believe God set up, they trust me, they not finna wait for what white folks say. Not finna happen. Right. The other thing, I just want to interject, and I'm gonna come back again to the differences, is when you're talking about law, within the word law, in any definition, international law and local law, you're talking about law, there's the word or the words of enforcement. Law is just based on to lay down, which is basically a group of people get together and they say, okay, we're going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Right. Because we think this is what's right, and we're going to enforce it.
Okay.
So that if the people don't obey it, we have a way to punish them for not obeying our rules. Right. That makes it a law, right? If you can't enforce it, it's not a law. If it can't be enforced, it's not a law, because inherent in the word law is enforcement. Any type of definition of it is going to say that are enforced. They have to be enforced. Who enforces international law? No one. No one. So if you're saying, hey, we want to, be within the realms of international law, but there's no one to enforce international law, what is it you're clinging to? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm sure they can come with some answers, because they're not unintelligent people. The MSTA, they smart people, but it's just the difference is there's a reason over here why the members of the Nation of Islam are not quick to run in that direction. You get what I'm saying? And I'm sure that, like I say, they have their reason why they're not quick to run in the other direction. Nation of Islam says we the Asiatic black man. Black, that word black. Over here, black, scratch the word black. Black means death. Black is the signs of death, and black is not right. Black is an evil word. Okay, why is black an evil word? One, black is not a nationality. Black is a color. Right. So that you can't claim a nationality or allegiance to just black. You got to claim allegiance to land based on the laws and go back to that whole law thing.
Right.
They just saying, well, no, I'm just being descriptive of myself. Right. I am a black man. Or if I'm not literally black, I'm descended of those who were black. And there are people who are literally black as their eyebrows, black as their hair, where if you look at them, it look like the color of their hair runs straight into their skin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there are black people. So anyway, there's that whole big discussion over whether black is the right word and all like that. And it really has nothing to for real do with nothing. It doesn't even mind if they feel they're trying to find laws in the land that's going to help them do stuff, but once again, they should okay, the laws of the land, just don't mess with us while we over here building our own thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So anyway, another one of the differences. Also, to my understanding, they don't have a dietary law. The nation, we got dietary law, how to eat to live. Right. Where we taught the right types of food to put in our mouth, because you don't have a healthy body, your mind can't be functioning on all cylinders. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So their way of finding out how to eat is once again going back to what white people are saying, in a sense, where the nation, once again, a lot of that is just based on what Honorable Elijah Muhammad got from Master Fraud Muhammad, who within the nation, he was God in person at that time, who taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the differences. Now, I don't hate on my brothers. I'm with any organization that helps to get a black man from shooting folks, robbing folks, not taking care of his family, being evil and hated towards his people. You know what I'm saying? Right. Irresponsible. Anything that's taking him and flipping him into the right type of person, and having him be conscious about the condition of his people, to where he's going to move to take care of his family and outwardly take care of his people. Right. I'm all for that.
Right.
I don't have to believe everything they say, but I gotta be for that. I'm damn sure with that. Right. And if that's what they doing, I'm all for that.
Right.
All right, now, so what do y'all think about that? All right, check this out. My reply to the video is this, simply. I stated, this was 5 days ago. 5 days ago, I stated, peace, fam. And I'm basically replying or making a comment to the brother's channel, to Brother Being X. That's basically who I'm speaking to, but I can't respectful. I'm just being real about it. So what I said is, peace, fam. The outsiders looking in is always, well, let me start that over. Peace, fam. The outsiders looking in always seem to view the MSTA or Moors as individuals that are asking or begging the European for something. Where are they getting this idea? We know they are obligated to supreme law of the land in which they have taken an oath to. The American Constitution is rooted in natural/divine law. There's nothing negative about it. This is one reason why they never speak about it, because they are obligated to it. And studious Moors know this and charge them for this. We enforce, not ask. Okay? Or beg the European for anything in that regards. The first thing an incompetent person does when they have a legal issue is to go and get them a white Jewish attorney that looks nothing like him, or a Negro lawyer that will not enforce what needs to be enforced, and that's the American Constitution. Furthermore, Prophet Noble Drew Ali instructed us to enforce the American Constitution. However, the Nation of Islam is an off branch of the MSTA. More is supposed to live by the 5 principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Go to my channel. I show and prove how the Americas is Morocco lawfully in the books, as well as several frivolous charges that were beaten by me, not an attorney, using only Moorish science, the Constitution, the treaty. I enforce international law always. It's too complicated for some. Peace and love. All right. So that's what I stated. So I guess a few days later, the guy that calls himself Lord Abba, his new name will be Lord Jibba Jabber or Lord Yabba Dabba Doo. One of the two, aka Lord Jibba Jabber, aka Lord Yabba Dabba Doo. That's what we're going to call him. All right. Now, he stated, Moreno Bay, America is not Morocco, and 99% of what you have stated here is just a bunch of misinformation, and this is why people look at Moors as a joke. All right, this is what he stated. So I came back, I guess it was about 3 hours later, because I noticed it. Matter of fact, I was asleep when I got this. I checked my email, and I was like, whoa. And normally I don't even respond to stuff like this. Everybody know this, but like I said, lately I kind of, sometimes I feel like I want to go in, sometimes I don't. It just all depends. But I stated to him, I said, honestly, who do you work for? Who do you work for? All right. In other words, who signs your check? Normally I would never ask an adult this, but it's a must when people say things like you stated. Lord Yabba Dabba Doo. All right. Okay, so he came back. Now check this out. He came back and said, I work for the Moorish Science Temple of America. Who do you work for? Clearly, you are here spreading misinformation, and brothers like Ben X is revealing in your ignorance and making the world laugh at you clowns. My books, blogs, videos on the MSTA is well noted in academic circles. Who's co-signing this garbage you teach? That's funny. I like that. That was pretty funny. I like that. That was cool. But check this out. This was my response. Like, again, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just coming straight up honest with it. I'm being honest with it. So I came like this. I said, again, you clearly didn't understand my question. I asked who signed your check, and your reply was, I work for the MSTA. The MSTA can't sign checks. Now, who signed your checks? Furthermore, why do you seem so angry in your message? I'm just explaining my experiences and the fact that Drew Ali instructed us to enforce the American Constitution. Are you still in Georgia? I have ties there. I would love to meet you one-on-one the next time I come there and allow you to bring every piece of literature the prophet wrote so I can point it out to you personally out of your own material, since you conveniently always stress this farce. Remember, this is no debate. This is fact. Furthermore, I'm not telling anyone to do anything regarding the law. I'm just telling my story. At the end of the day, these people are grown and they do what they want to do, like yourself. It's still love on my end. All right. So basically what I'm letting him know is I'm not getting emotional about anything. I'm just letting you know this is what it is. This is my story. This is the facts. This is how it goes. Back to his comment. Yes, I'm in Georgia, but I can come to wherever. You couldn't point out anything to me, beloved. I've been where you are now and know what you're talking is misinformation. Either you're with the real or you're with the fake. Period. I live my real. What about you? That was his response. So again, it's not really an argument with me. I'm just coming straight to him, letting him know what it is. So I told him just like this. I said, only my heart, actions, and the people will truly determine who/what's real. If they're honest with themselves. That's the issue with the majority of our people. They're too stubborn to look in the mirror and see how ugly they truly are. Years ago, I was man enough to stop living and thinking as you do, because I've matured. We live by the prophet's word, so don't go there. All right? There is no way possible you can honestly say right now that Prophet Noble Drew Ali didn't instruct Moors to enforce the American Constitution. Are you being serious with yourself, or am I on candid camera? All right, that's for all the old school folks. I know y'all know about candid camera. All right. Hashtag look in the mirror and ask yourself why. All right. So he came back. All right. He came back with some more BS. I know exactly what the prophet taught and wrote. Let me read that again. I know exactly what the prophet taught and wrote a whole book about it. On top of that, I have a whole website dedicated to the prophet's teachings. And he have his website. Now, being that you claim that you too study and follow these teachings, simply show me where the prophet called the United States Morocco, or even said that this is a part of Morocco. I'll respond to no other comment. So I guess he thought he was trying to shut me down on this, whatever. But of course, I really didn't go into all the wording and detail because I know he really doesn't want this information. But I'm sharing the information on this brother's comment stream or timeline because the people that reads it, I want them to see it. I want them to wake up. All right, not him because he doesn't want it. All right. So check this out. This is what I stated to him. I said, well, that's easy. First, go to the Holy Quran of the MHTS, which of course was divinely prepared by the prophet. Go to chapter 47, wherein it describes the dominions of Africa and the Moroccan Empire. 6 through 7 proves that. Furthermore, let's go to law, something you know nothing about. Check out American Legation, Citizenship of the United States, Expatriation. Furthermore, we can always go into the George Washington letter that was addressed to the Sultan of Morocco in 1789 for them, the U.S., for not paying the regular marks of attention to Morocco. Those are the taxes, the marks of attention, for operating, doing business on our land. In the 4th paragraph, George Washington also stated, the encouragement which your majesty has been pleased generously to give to our commerce with your dominions, meaning that we're operating on your land, so we're obligated to pay Moroccans taxes because we're foreign Europeans operating on your land via the treaty. All right. Now, in the 4th paragraph, George Washington also stated the encouragement which your majesty has been pleased generously to give our commerce with your dominions, the punctuality which you have caused the treaty with us to be observed. He's speaking about the Treaty of Peace and Friendship between Morocco and the United States. That's what he's speaking about. That can be found in the documents of American history and the writings of George Washington from the original manuscript sources. 1745 through 1799, volume 30, June 20th, 1788 through January 21st, 1790. Let me repeat that. It can be found in the documents of American history and the writings of George Washington from the original manuscript sources, 1745 through 1799, volume 30, June 20th, 1788, January 21st, 1790. There's your proof. All right, there's your proof. Even though I know he doesn't want the proof, but it's for the family that's awakening to this information. All right. We study and research, kinfolk, not play. Life is too serious to play around. Now, when you release your ego, then we can build. This is for a family that want to really learn, not actually for you, because you're stuck in your ways. I end this in peace. All right. So on my end, it's all about peace and love. All right. It's about peace and love. So I let these dudes know all the time that it's not a debate. It's nothing to fight about. It's not an argument. Okay. It is fact. All right. And this is what we deal with. We deal with fact, not fiction. All right. So why is it that these brothers act like they have no idea what we're speaking about, regarding Noble Drew Ali and enforcing the American Constitution? All right, they got this bad. They got this thing right here bad, acting as if they have no idea of what we're speaking about. But again, we got to remember, people, a lot of these temples have been infiltrated, and that's fact. That's fact. That's something they don't want to speak about. All right. It's a civic organization. And of course, it's a national and divine movement. All right. We know this. We know this. So my actions most definitely show who I am and what I'm all about. All right. And again, I say that with peace and love. It is what it is. I'm not the type of guy to get on stage and get before a live audience and go back and forth when you got to remember the people in the audience, hell, they don't even know anything. Most of the time, the people in the audience don't want to know. They're just there for the entertainment. They're just there for the entertainment. So my videos are for people that really want to learn. All right, that really want to learn. I stopped going to church years ago. I stopped going to church like 20 years ago. So why would I want to go to another form of a church? That's uncivilized. And that's just being real about the entire situation. So my comment was ultimately for Brother Being X, but since it was a public comment, of course anyone could reply or respond to my comment. That's without a doubt. But the thing is, when you got brothers that's coming out of the temple that call themselves sheiks and they don't live or act as if they are sheiks, there's a problem. There's a problem. All right, it's a major problem. And most of the time I'll be maybe one of the first to call them out on it if I want to. Sometimes I don't give it any energy, but sometimes I like to make it my business to let these dudes know. All right, because enough is enough. All right, enough is enough. And again, I'm gonna leave it out on peace. It's about peace and love with me. All right, peace and love, fam.
Moore's World TV, huh? More like Asian World TV, you dig? You heard. Tired of all these agent provocateurs slandering the righteous.
I call all y'all out. I'm call all y'all out. Y'all out there.
I smell an agent. You smell an agent. I smell an agent. Yeah.
You better watch it, boy. Fight them sellouts lurking them corners. And best believe they coming with that folly, taking you under.
I smell an agent. You smell an agent. I smell an agent. Yeah.
You better watch it, boy. Fight them sellouts lurking them corners. And best believe they coming with that folly, taking you under. It's a shame, man. You dirty Moors, man. Trying to equate legalese to law, man. How incompetent as you can be. But it ain't no stopping the movement, cause all I got the front seat. Better get your mind right. Real Moors about to highlight. Real Moors about to hype. Y'all just looking for the limelight. If you were really studying, you would know who is who and recognize this is Moors. They really think you died as his governor.
Grab y'all niggas are crazy.
Hilarious. Can you believe it?
Crazy. Yeah, I know this for sure.
I smell an agent. You smell an agent. I smell an agent. Yeah.
You better watch it, boy. Fight them sellouts lurking them corners. And best believe they coming with that folly, taking you under.
I smell an agent. You smell an agent. I smell an agent. Yeah.
You better watch it, boy. Fight them sellouts lurking them corners. And best believe they coming with that folly, taking you under. What you talking? Me and my elders, good. It rude out in Jewish schools. I know you wish you would. We know y'all lame. Schism operations is the name of the game. Homie, and it fits like a glove, man. Hold on, you lead my people the wrong way. And listen the way, yeah, my people definitely gon' take the L. It never fails. False prophets lead the lost. Those who don't enforce the Constitution pay the cost. What y'all waiting on? The prophet gave us everything to save a nation.
Okay, you don't want to address the elephant in the room, that we're sitting around sellouts in the Moors. The fact of the matter is that people sold out the Moorish movement since 1929.
I smell an agent. You smell an agent. I smell an agent. Yeah.
You better watch it, boy. Fight them sellouts lurking them corners. And best believe they coming with that folly, taking you under.
I smell an agent. You smell an agent. I smell an agent. Yeah.
You better watch it more. Fight them sellouts lurking them corners. And best believe they coming with that folly, taking you under.
Forget what them cats talking about. Go to rvbaypublications.com. Canaanland Moors on YouTube. Taj Tariq Bay. Sabir Bay. New Nagiel. Renowned Royalty. Ramiel Bay. MoorsDirectory.com. And the list goes on and on. We all for the uplifting and falling humanity. For real.